talk about the flight cancellations, traveling over the holidays, because I have some advice. And if you want to jump on and ask some questions, feel free because I would love to help you. So I've been doing some research online, and I think I've been to every major airport in the world, or at least most of them, traveling full time in the last 20 years. So here's the thing, the government shutdown is coming to an end, so I think that's going to make things better. However, I'm not flying over the holidays, but if you are, I would say try to get an early flight, not a later one, because when things get canceled, it's more likely it's going to be later flights, not the early ones. There's plenty you can do when it gets canceled. Hi, Adriana. Thanks for coming over here. I'm just talking about traveling, flight cancellations, things that are happening to give you some perspective on it, because, you know, these things happen. I had a flight canceled to Paris this year unexpectedly. It all went. I could talk about that some more. But I mean, that was not during a government shutdown. It was a pain in the ass, but I'm glad you came over, Adriana. That's a cool last name, Zolo. Hope I'm saying it right. So don't be too worried, because where are you going next? I'm going, oh, you're Italian. I'm going to France and Italy for 3 months, and I'm so excited. I go every year, and I spend 2 months in Sicily, and I travel all trains this time. You know, the thing is, trains might take a little bit longer, but you get to see the scenery. Oh, you're Italian. Where do you live? In Italy. Or are you living outside of Italy? And I'm trying to learn Italian. Buongiorno. But do you live in Italy, Adriana? Hi, Luna. Thanks for coming over. Ciao. Hi, Luna. I'm just talking about traveling, and I'm so glad that you guys joined. And it looks like you're both subscribed. Luna and Adriana. Le Monique. I hope you come on over and subscribe. Hi, Spark Play. Hey, I just wanted to give people some food for thought about these flight cancellations, because here in the United States, plenty are happening. But then again, a lot of people are not traveling. Like someone just said they went through Orlando, Florida. It was like a ghost town yesterday, because some people do not want to travel. And that could be a good thing. But I just wanted to say, if you are traveling, I'm not going to travel on a flight until January, so I believe everything will be cleared up by then. However, if you're traveling over the holidays, there's a lot you can do. Hi, Raymond. Hey, thanks for coming over. I wanted to check in with everybody. Hi, Hawker. Thanks for coming. I'm glad you joined. Oh, thank you, Le Monique. I needed to hear that because I wasn't feeling so energetic. Thank you, Raymond. Thank you for the hearts. I love getting the hearts. That's so fun. Hey, do you guys have any questions about traveling? Because I've traveled in 34 countries myself, and not just the easy countries either. I traveled 18 months in Asia before really digging in and starting to travel in Europe. I went to Europe, but hi, Nia. Thanks for coming over. So I wanted to help people with these flight cancellations because, hey, it happens. You can't just put off travel just because of governments and stuff like that. I mean, I was still traveling during the COVID thing. I went to Mexico and I stayed there 4 months. And I'm really glad that I did because it was an excellent time to be in Mexico. Prices plunged, and I got to stay in some great places and not have any crowds. It was wonderful. Hi, Kai Outdoors. Niha. You look like, I'm not sure, you look cold. And Raymond, not sure about that icon. Oh, it's a little heart. That's cute. No, I'm not cold, but it is going to rain here. I'm in California and just moved into a new place. And I'm with my dog. Isn't she cute? 80 pounds of love. So listen, don't get discouraged with all of this stuff about the cancellations. Might not happen to you. But I have been doing a lot of research online, and I hope you guys all come on over and subscribe to my channel because I always am posting stuff about travel. I'll be doing a lot of video. I know, isn't she cute? She's the cutest. Kelly. She is the best dog in the world. Oh, a message is held for review. I wonder what that is. Yeah, she's a cute puppy. She's 7 years old. But, you know, there's a lot of overreaction and fear. So don't play in too much to these things you see online because, you know, even if a flight does get canceled, and mine, I had a flight to Paris canceled this year. And here's what I did. I was extremely early to the airport, 8 hours early, and the desk of French Bee Airlines wasn't even open yet. So I just booked a hotel, took a shuttle to the hotel, it was free. And then there was a bit of a fight with emails with the airlines to get them to pay for the hotel. I had to have documentation. They were going to pay for my dinner, but all I did was drink a half bottle of wine, so a half of the half bottle. And then the next day it got rebooked. So, you know, things happen. But mostly international flights are not getting canceled. That's what I found out. It's more domestic. So if you feel like you don't want to deal with it, you could probably get a refund because airlines are refunding if they get canceled. So do you guys have any questions? Hi, Livy. Hey, thanks for coming over. I'm so happy you joined because you can't put a title on this. It's about traveling. My channel is about traveling the world at age 69 and having a kick-ass life. I've been traveling for 20 years solo, and I love it. Traveling full-time is a choice, is a different way to live. Before I started doing that, I had a very different kind of lifestyle. Oh, good. I'm glad you liked and subscribed. I'm 69 years old, and I started traveling at age 49, and I just fell in love with it. And I learned a lot along the way, and that's why I share a lot in my videos, because I'm on a mission to get people to travel. Another place you can join me is over on my Substack. I'll have the link below. It's my free newsletter. If you're serious about traveling, you could become a paid subscriber. Today is my birthday. Hey, happy birthday, Lay Monique. That's nice. So, you know what? It was interesting. I did a video just recently, and this guy made a very ugly comment saying I look 80 years old. He's been reported to YouTube. The ageism was just ridiculous. I mean, can you believe it? Yes, I'm a spread positiveness. You know, there's just no reason to be rude to people. Not really. I mean, even when they're being rude to you, you can hold your ground and not be affected by them. Oh, thank you, Adriana. I appreciate that. I wanted to tell you guys because you're my specials in this. I can't believe the ageism. Now, here's another thing I found. It's not true in the United States, but in Europe and parts of Asia, older people are actually revered and thought of as wise. So, you know, when I come back here and get treated with ageism, it's kind of shocking because I spend a lot of time outside of the country. My favorite room in a house, probably the kitchen. I like to cook. In the bedroom, I like having a nice place to sleep. I do, usually I write in my bedroom too. So, what else do you guys want to know? So don't get too concerned about, I have to go now. Okay, Luna, come back over another time. I just wanted to check in with you guys and share my thoughts on the flight cancellations, what you can do. Keep on traveling. It's going to be okay. I appreciate that you subscribed and that you interact with me because, you know, this is what it's about. It's about engagement. It's not really about how many subscribers you have. It's about people that actually have conversations with you and join your tribe. One new thing I'm doing is having a very low-cost photography mentoring. It's 4 weeks, and that's on school. You have to join my membership. It's free to get it, but I'll have that link below too. And if you want to, you can take a look at my 5-star reviews, 113 5-star reviews on my Airbnb teaching photography experience. Oh, so sorry, but I'll see you in the next one, Luna. And thank you for your positive energy. I really appreciate that. You appreciate it even more when people get, once in a while, when you meet that odd person that's negative, you appreciate the positive that people give to you because, you know, we're not here that long. And that's why I like to get people traveling. Just join the live. What's the live about? Leo. Okay, it's about the flight cancellations and solo traveling around the world. I'm age 69 and I've been traveling for 20 years and I'm on a mission to get people traveling. And you know, you don't really need a big budget. If you decide that you want to be in this lifestyle, there's a lot of decisions you can make. But, you know, I had a different, more luxurious and fancy lifestyle before I started doing this, before, let's see, 20 years ago. And I feel I'm happier now than I was when I had a lot of stuff and a fancy car and, you know, I sold everything. I didn't have a big house to sell. So some people, it would be much easier to do this, to sell a house and then have, you know, like 200,000 or 300,000 or more to live on for the rest of your life. That to me seems pretty easy, but I didn't have that. So I'm working as I go. And I also come back to California and work. This is one of my home bases, Silicon Valley, because I've been in this area for 40 years with my photography business. So I do have very good connections here. And there's a lot of wealth here. One thing that people don't realize about California is it's the 4th largest economy in the world, just one behind the United States as a whole. So you can make money here. I mean, it's not easy, it's highly competitive, but there is a lot of wealth here. So the thing about choosing this lifestyle is that you have to have the money coming in. I'm not able to, I don't live on passive income. Social Security, I started that, but it's not a big amount. So, you know, you can do it on a small amount of money, especially in Asia. Not so much in Europe, but there are places in Europe you can go where you could live on about 1,000 to 1,500 a month. And I can talk about that in another live, but I'm going to have to get off soon. But thank you so much for coming over. I'm glad you subscribed. I'm going to have the link for my newsletter, the free newsletter, and that's about traveling the world. And I hope you come on over and join me there. And if you're serious about being a traveler, doing the paid subscription, it's $55 a year, and I do private videos for people that are really working on it. Oh, you're back, Luna, yay. So this is really about traveling the world at an affordable price. And it's not what people think, and I do it on my own. So it's different than if you were in a couple. That's much easier to do because you've got two incomes, if you have two incomes. And then you also have two people to split up the things that you have to do. But, you know, I love the freedom of traveling by myself, meeting people. You know, I did, before I started traveling solo, I would travel with my partner. I was married for 20 years until I chose divorce. And I found that I met a lot more people being on my own, traveling solo. So don't think you're going to be lonely all the time, because, you know, if you guys are from the United States, there's a bit of a fascination in a lot of other countries about people that live in the United States. And most people don't put us down because of our government or who's in charge or anything like that, because most people in other countries realize that the people at the top a lot of times don't have anything to do with your personal lives and who you are as a person. This is what I've found in 34 countries. And so they don't judge you by who your president is or who your prime minister is. And, you know, that's refreshing. So, and also because, well, that may be changing, but also because the United States is seen as an economic powerhouse. People are curious about residents from the United States and will want to talk to you. And they're more likely to approach you if you're by yourself rather than in a couple. So I'm going to end with that. Okay, Leo, I'm still in school. You're in Sweden. Oh, great. I'm going to study to be a cop. I've traveled with my grandparents in Denmark. Oh, that's great. France and Italy. Good. I'm glad you have a plan. Now, are you going to be a cop in Europe? It looks like you are. I think that's great you have a plan. And it's great that you're in Sweden, because I haven't been to Sweden yet, but from what my research tells me, it's a lot more egalitarian and humane. So that's great for you. I'm glad that you are able to be in a good country that's stable, and also that you can travel with your grandparents. It's wonderful. So I'm glad you guys came over today. I hope you join me on my YouTube channel and subscribe and keep engaging with me. I'm going to try to do more lives because these are really fun. So if you have any questions, I'm going to have my links below. And I will see you in the next video.